welcome to the Self Made Book channel. I'm Bianca.
And I am Byron.
So today we have the pleasure of welcoming Zara. Zara is one of the scholars from our first cohort from our scholarship program. So if you know anything about us and our self-made journey, last year, at the height of the kind of Black Lives Matter movement, we decided that we wanted to create a platform to allow people who needed our support to go through a scholarship process. And so Zara is one of them. And so here we are. So Zara, tell our wonderful audience a little bit about who you are first.
Hello everyone, I'm Zara Muirhead and I'm an educator by trade. I've been teaching 14 years actually this year, and I am the founding director of Love Literacy. So Love Literacy is a tuition intervention provision that meets the needs of a range of children, young people and adults, supporting them through academic mentoring, tuition, and really just preparing them for the next phase of their young adult journeys. And then just recently, I also became the founding director of Love Education, which is a CIC, which has a specific aim to support the most vulnerable, the disaffected in our communities, ethnic minority groups and people from low income backgrounds. So we have a new premises in RM8, and really what we want to do is to create a safe space for children, young people and adults in our community to access funding, which will really enable us to make education and mentoring and arts available to those who perhaps couldn't afford it otherwise.
That was so smooth.
I guess the first thing, let's find out about how your scholarship is going and let's just find out about that to start with. How's your scholarship going? What has it done for you?
I have to say it's been amazing. My daughter, who's 9, bought me a notebook in December for Christmas, and I finished the notebook. It usually takes me about 2 years and I've done it in 5 months, and that's because of Self Made, because I am literally documenting this journey, making notes, learning so much. I mean, I feel fuller. I think particularly teachers or people in care services, they give and pour out a lot. And actually what we don't always do is pour back into ourselves. So some years back, I invested in myself and did a master's, and that was wonderful. But this has been another really big, important investment in me and myself as an entrepreneur. And it's really been a wonderful journey. I've connected with some amazing people in all different fields and walks of life. And yeah, it's been invaluable.
What made you apply in the first place? Why did you feel you needed mentoring support?
It was the premises, to be honest. It was the acquisition of this huge premises that was kind of bigger than the vision I had for what I would do and the services that I would provide. And it also came in the middle of a pandemic when, finance was a challenge, work was a challenge, and yet here came this opportunity. And I thought, right, in order to step up to this, I need some extra mentoring. I need support from people who have gone before me. And it doesn't have to be in the same field, but just that entrepreneurial spirit is what I have kind of sharpened. Whereas before I was a teacher who did extra lessons, and now I'm an entrepreneur with multiple streams of income and looking at even more,
Excellent. So without the mentoring and without the scholarship, what would you have done, or where do you think you would be now?
I think, where would I be? It's interesting. It's an interesting question. I think that I would be less audacious. Like that was a kind of buzzword for me, the word audacious. And even watching you guys and your journeys and how you present yourselves and how you put yourselves out there has been really inspiring, because then I go, okay, actually that audacity that I had 9 years ago to set up a company when I had no business acumen, and the audacity I had to, go ahead and purchase a property when I didn't really know about property investment, that's the audacity and that audacious part of me that I think had dried up. you know, and needed reigniting. So I think, to be honest, if I didn't have this self-made mentoring program, I probably would have released the premises to an estate agent and let them just get on with it, and perhaps just stuck to renting it one day a week to do the small program, rather than stepping into this new kind of business venture and saying, right, how can I sublet this? How can I manage it so that it doesn't just pay for itself, but actually it makes me another income, and actually I recover everything that I've invested and some, you know? So I think it's just taken me to a new height and taking me beyond being a teacher and being a tutor, and running a small company with a small fantastic team, to another stream of income and networking with people from the council and people from the local community, and applying for funding, which I've just done, and like all these, you know, kind of updating my LinkedIn, which is still in progress, and all these other things, putting myself on camera, which is, again, you know, I was a drama queen in school, but I actually quite like to be in the background. But all of those things, that kind of audacious living, I think, is what has been sparked and reignited through the self-made community.
So I love that, because I think when you are becoming an entrepreneur, you have to be audacious. Like people are like, you have some audacity trying to do this. Yes, I do, because it takes a lot out of someone to make that step. So you were chosen by our sponsors, CMS, so the law firm, to give you additional pro bono legal support. So how has that legal support helped you so far in the business?
It's been so good. Can I just say, I contacted a lawyer through somebody, not your guys. And I said, look, we need this legal support. And, you know, he gave us 10 minutes for £200. And we were not very informed. And it was just kind of, we were left. Whereas coming on board and getting this amazing input from Dominic today and Emma previously, and they've linked me with somebody else. I mean, it's so refreshing. I'm really grateful. And in a time like now, where I have taken on this lease and there are so many legal implications, and it's really important to have proper legal advice, I'm truly grateful. I really am. They're very, they don't skim, you know, they're kind of very full on, and it doesn't feel like it's pro bono. It feels like I'm actually paying thousands of pounds for a very, very high quality service.
Good.
Excellent. So let's talk about your journey as an entrepreneur, right? And in fact, I want to get a few words of encouragement from you, who's now gone through the journey, whilst albeit still in the, perhaps, even though you've developed multiple streams of income, still very early in the journey.
Yes.
You've got so much more to do with you. But what words of encouragement would you give those who are perhaps not sure about stepping into the big bad world of entrepreneurship? Anything that you perhaps would give to them?
I think what I would say is that it really is possible, you know, and you will start where you start, but what you envision is possible. And yes, you may need support along the way, and actually we all need support. And yes, you may need to do some reading and do some research, and yes, you may make mistakes and be a bit green and a bit naive, like I have been, even just in this past 12 months, but it really, really is possible, and it really is rewarding. And I just think back to one of our sessions where I think one of you said, would anybody like to have a go at sharing their pitch? And my son and my daughter were in the background, and my son said, Mummy, you need to do it. You need to do your pitch. I was like, Mummy, put your hand up higher, he said. Stop it. And so I delivered the pitch, and you know, Bianca gave me some really positive feedback, and then in the chat area people were giving me positive feedback, and it was a really emotional moment because my children got to witness that. They got to witness me being this entrepreneur, being on the learning journey, and being a bit vulnerable, but putting myself out there anyway. And I think they now want to be entrepreneurs. They want to have, multiple businesses. And had I just stuck to my 9 to 5 and to my very safe work, which is still important work, they wouldn't be inspired the way they are. So I would just encourage you, back to you, that whatever you want to do, understand that it's kind of you're leaving legacy, and that's legacy for anybody that you work with, anybody that you connect with, any links that you make, your children, your family. It's legacy. That's what you're leaving. And I think that's that's a beautiful kind of footprint that entrepreneurs leave in this world, is legacy.
That's beautiful, because I think absolutely that is one of the driving factors for most entrepreneurs. It's to create a lifestyle that they love, but also to leave a legacy. So we're in your business with Love Literacy. Tell us a little bit more about what it is that you do to help inspire young people. How are you creating a legacy with those customers?
Yeah, I'm very proud of the work we've done at Love Literacy. We have impacted hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. And it's in the small things, it's in the fact that we had a young man who, got in trouble with the law and had messed up in life. And he would rock up in his car, do his English lesson to catch up, and then go to work. And he didn't care that there were 14 and 15-year-olds around him, and he was 17. And he passed. He got that grade 5, and he went on to university, and he turned his life around. And it's in the young person who we had as a volunteer, who came and volunteered with us and grew through the company, so then became a paid member of staff and is now in banking. It's like the legacy that we have, that we leave every single moment, is so precious to us, and we don't take it for granted. And I say to my team that I want everyone in a group setting to feel as though they have had a one-to-one provision. I want it to feel that personal. I want you to know your students that well. And even a member of our team who's an amazing teacher, he was a student of mine 14 years ago. And so it's just on every level, we've managed to make an impact and leave a legacy. One of my wonderful women, she's from Nigeria, and she's about 51 years old, and she was determined to use her English degree that she got back in Nigeria. And she trained with us. We were a training center for 3 adults who trained with us and got their certificate in education. And now she's about to go into teaching in mainstream. So we're really proud of the work we do. It means so much. It's about the children, it's about the families, it's about the staff members, it's about the volunteers. We really foster a community, and I'm incredibly proud.
So we like to do this in some of our interviews and give you the opportunity to ask us a question. Anything you want. Don't be kind to Bianca. Be kind to me.
Okay.
You can ask us anything you want. It could be a question that we both answer, or it could be one each. It's up to you. The choice is yours.
So can I ask 2 questions?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's see how long our answers are. It might not even be your fault. We just give really long answers. So It depends. Go for it. Let's try.
So my first question is, you two are a married couple, and my husband and I work together as well. And obviously that comes with its own dynamics and challenges. So my first question would be, how do you manage the dynamic of being 2 very strong powerhouses and then coming together as one house? And my second question is, where do you see Self Made, and where do you see yourselves in the next 2 to 5 years?
Oh yeah, they're big questions. They're juicy. Those are. Okay, cool. Do you want me to answer the romance one, or are you?
You can answer, but I'll just say this first bit first.
Okay, go on.
The second book we've written, the Business Bible here, is about that. Has it in there, because the first book, Self Made, was about how to start, grow, scale, develop, practical things that you can implement in your business to start your business. And then we didn't speak about what we found people often experience that we didn't cover was the emotional side of business. Imposter syndrome. What about managing romantic relationships within, you trying to move forward? One person has a 9 to 5, one person is an entrepreneur. So this very question you are asking, we spent months writing about. So the business survival kit, the links below, pre-order now.
I've got mine. I pre-ordered.
I'm talking to the people for September. It'll be covered. But Bianca will now go ahead and answer it.
So I was literally going to say something we had to do. We had to really dig deep and really look at our relationship to understand and be able to define what we've done, but also speaking to other people and find out what they do, because not every relationship is the same. And so I think when people ask, what do we do? I know it's to inspire them, but there's so many different types of relationships and dynamics. But I think from our perspective, we're both very strong in what we do. And I think what we try to do is complement each other with our strengths. So there will be things that we've decided is a goal for us. So goal setting is another chapter in the new book. We've decided as a goal for us, and it doesn't mean both of us need to work on that goal at the same time. We're very good at delegating responsibility. So although we're both strong, we're both powerful, how do we complement that by saying, okay, well, if that's a job for you, that's a job for you. You get on with it, you finish it, that's fine. It's both of our thing. Whatever happens, it's on you, kind of thing. And then vice versa. And I think that's a really important thing about, in a relationship, playing to your strengths. And it's not about genders. It's not a gender divide type situation. It's about strength of in terms of ability, and also timing. So who has the time to do that? Okay, you've got time. Okay, you do that thing. All right, I've got time. I'll do it. And I think just being able to do that and not be afraid of each other's strengths, but to embrace them, and just to give each other the power to make decisions on each other's behalf at times, I think is a really important attribute in a romantic relationship that also has an entrepreneurial side.
Thank you.
And Byron, 2 to 5, do you want to add to anything?
No.
Okay. And that's another good thing. You and your wife, regardless of what she says, that's a number one rule.
Well done, Byron.
Pick your battles, gents. You answered that perfectly, dear.
Thank you. And 2 to 5 years, self-made.
2 to 5 years. So self-made eventually will only be available to a small group of people. We'll be transitioning online in terms of the content will be available on demand. But you won't be able to have that in-person ability to communicate with us and have us at WhatsApp. You may WhatsApp us an opportunity as when you was going through part of the property purchase, you'll just send a WhatsApp. What do you think about this? I guess the people in 2 to 5 years time won't have that, but they'll have it in a slightly different way. They'll be able to have a specific event on demand or specific topics and training.
Yeah.
So how to become a published author, how to create content or trademarks or effective use of LinkedIn or whatever it may be, right? So they'll be able to do that on demand, and that's where Self-Made will be. It will just be a home for entrepreneurship where people can get all the information they require. And then probably founding members will probably still be with us, as some of them have been, and there will be the community that we kind of support on a face-to-face basis. So that's where Self-Made is going. We'll do a second book in September, the Business Survival Kit. Pre-order, please. We need the sales. And then we'll do a third book, which we are working on now, because we don't want our audience and our people to wait 4 years for another book.
Okay.
Like we did the first one.
Like we did the first one. We now deem that unacceptable. So the second book is not out yet, but the third book proposal has been completed. You're sexing it up now, right? And we'll have that deal on the table, no doubt, and we'll do the third book in 2 years after. So every 2 years, I think, is a sensible timeline.
So yeah, that's the answer.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I guess, in short, what you're saying is we're so lucky that Zara has been able to have this relationship with us.
Yeah.
I feel very privileged.
Future will not have that. They'll see the video, they wouldn't be able to talk unless there's like an avatar, maybe.
An avatar.
Yeah.
Do you know, I spoke to a client, sorry, total aside for everyone watching. I spoke to this client, an agency the other day, speaking agency, and they said to me, there's this company that do a hologram now of the speaker. on the stage. So you don't have to be there. You can do it from home and there's a hologram of you. And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, it depends how much it pays.
Yeah, I'm like, how does that work?
I love it.
Who owns it? How does this work?
I can be in multiple places at once.
Yeah, and that's what he said. You can be in multiple stages. I was like, okay, all right, we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much, Zara. Thank you for sharing your journey with everyone today about what it's been like on the Self Made Mentoring program in general, but also to be a scholar. So congratulations again for being chosen by CMS. And I'm pleased that the support they've given you has been so great, which is obviously what we want from anyone we work with. So that's amazing. Is there anything you would like to say? Any last comments you would like to leave with our audience today?
Just to invest in yourself. Take a chance on yourself. Invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to come out of your comfort zone, to connect and network. I know they say your network is your net worth. I've really learned that and I've really appreciated that. So I would really encourage you to just go for it. You've got nothing to lose, really.
Excellent.
I love that.
Where can people find you?
So you can find me at love-literacy.com or Love Literacy Ltd on Instagram, or personally, I'm Zara Muirhead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Zara. Everyone will put Zara's details below. So if you do want to get in touch with her, find out more about the fantastic work that she does, please do get in touch below. And of course, like, comment, share, subscribe. We want to hear what you think about today's discussion with Zara, and all comments are welcome. Well, all the nice ones.
Yes.
All right, so I've been Bianca.
And I'm Byron.
And Self Made is
the home of entrepreneurship.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.